Chris? Shouldn't you be on your way? What you got there, love?
Rambo.
That's a bit violent before school.
No, Mum, not Sylvester Stallone macho Rambo. Arthur Rambo. He's a French poet.
I do like that Sylvester Stallone. Still looks good and he's over 50.
Who looks good?
You do.
Get off, then.
Happy birthday, Mummy!
Oh, chocolates. We'll try those later, shall we?
How old are you, Mummy?
Old enough not to have birthdays anymore.
Come on, you two, get your shoes on. We'll be late. That's for me.
Go to where the stones grow. What's that supposed to mean?
Well, you solve the puzzle. You get the present.
What are you up to, Phil?
Nothing. It's a surprise.
You always get me perfume. Apart from that year you got me the toaster.
Now, we agreed not to mention that again. No, really, this is it. If you want your present this year, you've got to solve the puzzle.
But you've got to give me more to go on than that.
What's wrong, love?
Trodden a nail in the shed.
What were you doing in there? Did it break the skin? Better make you an appointment at the doctor's.
I've already done it.
Chris has hurt his foot.
Oh.
Morning, Katrina.
Hi, I was just bringing in the mail. Faith.
What?
Guess what I found? Mac's secret drinking stash. He keeps it in his bottom drawer.
What does he think he's doing?
I don't know, but we've got a responsibility. He can't treat patients when he's drunk.
You need to talk to Kate.
Morning.
Morning.
Come in. Chris,
Hello, Dr. Hamada.
people are going to start talking. This is what? 4th time in 2 weeks? What are you reading?
Poetry. Keats. Have you read him?
Not since school, no.
A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Its loveliness increases. It will never pass into nothingness.
The world needs more 15-year-olds like you, Chris. So, what is it this time?
I've trodden a nail.
OK, let's take you to the treatment room and get it cleaned up then.
Happy birthday, you.
Oh, thank you. Phil gave me this morning.
Go to where the stones grow.
It's a puzzle. If I solve it, I'll get my present.
You've got to admire Phil. Most men are usually useless at birthdays.
Most men are what?
Most men are useless at birthdays.
What did you get Kate for her birthday?
Can't remember, actually.
It's because she got it herself, she told me.
Kate prefers to get her own presents.
Anyway, what do you think it means?
Oh, kidney stones? Maybe he's hosting a party in the renal unit.
Don't bother. I'll solve it myself.
How did you manage this then, Chris? He trod on a nail. Though how he got it in there, I don't know. What were you doing, kicking it?
I'm just accident prone.
Well, you can say that again. First it was an ear infection, then a black eye, then a blow to the head with possible concussion. Are you sure this was just an accident?
What do you mean?
Did someone do this to you?
No.
You can tell me, Chris.
No.
How are things at school?
Fine, I'm doing all right.
Any bullies?
None that bother me.
And how are things at home?
Okay. It was hard when my dad died.
Oh, I'm sorry. When was that?
A couple of years ago. A heart attack. But Mum's been great.
This isn't as bad as it looks. OK, no need for stitches then. You're up to date with your tetanus jab, so we'll just put on a fresh dressing.
OK.
You're up there.
Oh, fine.
Listen, I've got a patient, a young boy. I'm a bit worried about his injuries.
Who is it? Is it one of mine?
Chris Kennett?
Might be one of Max.
Oh, OK. I'll have a word with him later.
I wonder what it is.
It's probably from a medical rep.
What's going on?
Special delivery.
I wonder what it is.
Oh.
It's from Phil.
Is that your present?
You'll need this.
Is that part of the puzzle?
I haven't seen this old thing for years. I think it was buried at the back of the airing cupboard.
What is Phil up to?
I have no idea.
I have a patient, a 15-year-old boy, Chris Kennett. He's been to see me 4 times in the last 2 weeks, each time with different injuries.
And you don't think they're accidents?
Well, he always asks for me, and I just think that it's a cry for help, but he can't quite get it out. I don't know if it's bullying at school or the family or...
Well, I've known the family for a while. It was a shock when the dad died, but there's never been any cause for concern.
Well, perhaps it's a bully then.
Look, if you're concerned, why don't you go and see the family?
And if it is the family, when should I call social services?
You have to be pretty sure before you get them involved.
Yeah, but how can I be?
Well, it's down to your judgment, isn't it? The bottom line, Carly, is that it's better to be safe than sorry, yeah?
Okay. Thanks, Mac.
Don't you ever knock?
Sorry, you've never minded before.
Just put the notes on the table, will you?
Should you be doing that at
Mind
work?
your own business, Katrina. Please. And next time, knock.
Hello? Faith. Where are you?
This is the only way I could get to talk to you.
Sorry. You know how things are.
Are you free for lunch?
Well, I've...
Come on, you're only young once. Somewhere quiet. I think we need to have a chat about a few things.
All right. The Leather Bar. Noonish.
Hello, I'm Dr. Hamada. Is Chris in?
No, love, he's at school. Didn't he come in to see you today?
Yes, but I'm a bit concerned about him.
Phil,
Have you worked it out yet?
what's going on? Why have you been reaching around the airing cupboard? You know, I'm beginning to worry about you. All this hanging around with kids is getting to you.
You've got all the clues now. If you can't solve the puzzle, you are going to miss out on the most wonderful birthday present.
You're really enjoying making me suffer, aren't you? Well, you're not going to beat me. You should know that by now.
So how has Chris been recently?
Oh, there's nothing wrong with him. A bit of fresh air wouldn't cure. I tell you, he's a right bookworm. Don't know where he gets that from. Certainly not his dad, God rest his soul.
Still, better than being stuck in front of a PlayStation all day.
I know he's my son and all, but he's a bit of a geek, bless him. He needs to get out more.
He's been to see me a couple of times. Just bumps and scrapes, but...
Probably lifting all those heavy books.
He's not been in any trouble.
No, lives in his bedroom. The only trouble he can get in up there is leaving the place like a tip. I tell you, if I have to move one more pile of clothes...
It's me.
Beans on toast, all right?
Yeah.
This is Den, me boyfriend. Oh, feels weird saying that.
Thanks.
This is Dr. Hamada. She's worried about our Chris. Says he's been going to her all the time with bumps and scrapes and what have you.
Wimp. Needs to toughen himself up. Take some punches.
I better be going.
Don't you want your tea?
No, I won't, thanks. You may want to have a word with Chris. Make sure that everything is okay. Nice to have met you.
When I see him, I'll sort him out.
Can't believe how difficult it is to get a minute alone with you at work.
Well, I've been rushed off my feet recently. It's going to get worse.
And it's really hard to get a word in edgeways with Carly. That girl really likes to talk.
Yeah, she's really lively. I'm sorry. I've never had that problem before.
These things happen to every man, Ben.
Not to me. I've always been able to, well, you know, perform.
Well, maybe it's stress. All the work. Is it me?
What do you mean?
The only time it's ever happened to you and I'm the one in bed with you?
Don't be silly.
What's Mum left me for lunch?
Your doctor was here earlier.
Why?
Says you keep on turning up with mysterious injuries. What's up?
Nothing.
Ben, you've got to be straight with me. If you just want to be friends, then say so. It's okay, really.
Friends? You've got it all wrong, Faith. Completely wrong. I just need time, that's all.
You know, that always sounds like an excuse when men say it.
But it's the truth.
Just be straight with me, Ben. I don't need a spoonful of sugar to help it go down.
Look, what I'm trying to say to you is... I don't want you to blame yourself. It's me.
See, that's another thing that men always say.
And I'm sorry. I'm not very good at this.
Look, just take your time, Ben. There's no pressure. Don't beat yourself up about it. It was a one-off. If you get yourself wound up, you'll just make things worse. We can work it out.
Well, you better hurry up.
Look, Sally's used to us being late. Anyway, we've got all afternoon to chat.
And don't forget.
I won't forget. I'm giving you a lift home tonight. I'm not going to leave you sitting here.
Thank you.
Look, hang on to him for a second, will you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just got to...
Where's Mummy gone in, eh?
Do you really think you should be holding a baby after?
After what?
I saw you drinking earlier.
Katrina, A, I am not drunk. B, it's none of your business.
But I'm just worried about...
I'm a doctor. You're not.
But...
It's not as if I've got a problem. Don't you think I'm old enough to know what I'm doing? You're lucky you've still got a job. Katrina, don't talk about this to anyone, okay? Oh, nothing, nothing. Where's my coffee?
Happened, Mac? Katrina looked like she was nearly in tears.
She burst in without knocking.
Oh, Mac, is that all?
Don't worry about it.
Well, you certainly looked annoyed.
I'm a bit stressed today, that's all.
Well, that's no excuse. You've got to apologise to her. You can't go chewing somebody's head off.
I know, I know.
Today, please. Don't want this tension building up.
Chris,
I've been waiting for you.
I've been on my rounds. What are you doing here?
I fell off my bike.
Did you black out? You been sick?
No, neither.
Chris, there's obviously something that you're not telling me. These injuries, they're not accidents, are they? Who's doing them to you?
Nobody.
You can tell me. Come on, I'm taking you home.
So, what's the significance?
Well, we bought it for our first picnic together when we were dating. Forgot all about that.
Oh, come on. Let's go and have a coffee and see if we can solve the mystery.
Oh, it's like Misery Alley in here.
Oh, I wish the men in my life had put so much effort into my birthday. Most of them just wanted to go down to the pub.
Oh, he never used to be like this. Well, not for a long time, anyway. Since he took that community arts job, he's been a different person. Lots of energy, excited about things again.
I'll have to add that to my list of aphrodisiacs.
What's he working on now?
He's working on it.
What?
I've got it. I've got to go.
Helen, wait, you can't leave me in suspense.
I'm sorry, I'll tell you about it tomorrow.
Oh, Helen!
Bye, birthday girl. Don't celebrate too hard.
I'm really sorry to come here like this, but Chris turned up at the surgery with another injury.
Have a seat, Doctor.
Now, I'm just trying to find out what happened here. All the scrapes and the bruises, the nail in the foot, they're not accidents. Do you know what's happening?
Me? You think I'm doing it to him?
Den's a gentle giant. He wouldn't hurt a fly. He's a softie. That's why I love him. Blimey, he cries when he watches Forrest Gump.
Well, it's a sad movie.
You didn't seriously think he was beating me up. Not Den. He's always looking out for me. He's about as hard as Julian Clary.
Oi.
Well, somebody's doing it, Chris.
The place where the stones grow.
Come on, what's been going on?
It's okay to say, Chris. We can help you.
I'm just accident prone.
What have you been up to?
It's nothing. I don't want to talk about it.
Chris!
Tomorrow at 10:15 with Dr. Kwame, then. Oh, you're welcome. OK, see you tomorrow, then. Bye.
Katrina, can I have a word in my office?
I was just finishing up in there.
Yeah, well, I just want to say, I am very sorry I lost my temper. Overreaction.
I'm just worried about you, Mac.
You are worried about me.
About the drink.
Yeah, well, don't. There's nothing to worry about.
I was just concerned that a patient might smell it on you and report you.
Really, I'm fine. And I will do my utmost not to be the grumpy boss in future, OK?
OK.
I didn't think we needed an ice bucket.
Have you been waiting here all day?
I knew you'd work it out in the end.
It's a good job I was listening when you were raving about your latest project. What's this for?
Well, do you remember what we did the last time we sat on this blanket?
How could I forget? So why the big production number? Not that I haven't really enjoyed it.
We've got so many distractions. Work, the children. I reckon it's about time we started thinking about ourselves a bit. Make things special again, don't you? All the passion we had when we first started seeing each other, it hasn't gone away. Just got buried, that's all. We're still the same people we were back then.
This is a lovely present, Phil.
It's not the present. This is.
Chris, you get out here and explain yourself. Chris? What are those?
This isn't happening.
It's beautiful, Phil.
It's a one-off. The guy that made all these sculptures did it for me as a favour. Well, to my specifications.
It's perfect. All of this is perfect.
We've come so far together, Helen. We mustn't lose sight of what we've got. When I thought I was losing you, when you had the affair, it was unbearable.
I made a mess of things.
No, we made a mess of things. I've never been very good with my emotions. I can be a bit of a plodder. I forgot about you and me. I didn't make any effort. Didn't pay you any attention. I made the stupid mistake of thinking you were always going to be there. It took me a while to work out what I had to do. But I know now. We can put everything right for us, Helen. If we put the effort in, I know we can. Need to do this sort of thing more often. What are you looking for?
Just making sure we're all alone.
Let me have a word with him.
Chris?
What?
What's going on here, Chris? I thought you had a real problem. That you needed me to help you. Why did you deceive me?
I just wanted to see you.
And you kept hurting yourself just to see me. Hurting yourself badly, ramming a nail in your foot, smashing your head against the wall.
It was the only way I could get to see you.
You don't hurt yourself, Chris. Well, that's wrong. Don't you understand? You've got a lot going for you. You don't need to do silly things like this just to draw attention to yourself. What you're feeling for me isn't...
It isn't a crush. When the first time that I saw you, I knew straight away that you were the only one.
Chris.
That we were meant to be together, Dr. Hamada. Carly.
How far would you have gone? Would you have put yourself in hospital?
I would have done anything. Anything. People can't understand what it's like to feel so alone. To feel desperate. And then to find someone like you. Sensitive. Caring. Beautiful. Just beautiful. I need to be with you.
I'm your doctor, Chris, and you're my patient. And that's where the relationship ends. We can't be together. I want you to give me your word that you're going to stop harming yourself just to see me.
But I need to see you. We could go out, we could talk,
Have you been listening to a word that I've been saying? I need to talk to your mum.
I had no idea what he was up to.
Chris is a very bright boy, but what he's doing is misguided, to say the least. And it really needs to be addressed.
He's just a teenager, you know. I remember what it was like. Hormones all over the shop.
It's a lot more than that. Chris has been purposely harming himself, and it's very serious.
What should we do?
I think he should see a specialist. Someone who can get to the root of why he's doing what he's doing and help guide him out of it.
What about if I went with him? Might be easier with a bloke.
I also think you should go and see Dr. Maguire. I can't treat Chris anymore because of his feelings for me, but Dr. Maguire's been your doctor for years, and I'll explain everything to him and he'll be prepared when you come in.
I really am sorry. Can't believe it.
Let's just get Chris straight. That's the most important thing. And can I suggest that you take him down to the surgery as soon as possible?
Oh, come on, Mac. Kieran needs his bopper. Mac? Mac? I'll be in reception.